smart guy. He has done a whole lot of things. He has been through a lot of things. He's a motivational speaker. He talks to the community. And he's all about our people raising up to new levels. And that's why I'm talking to him. Even while I'm sitting here, he's younger than me, and I'm hoping that he can teach me so I can be a better person. Shout out to the real smart guy.
Yeah. So we was talking about just prison and the misconceptions of what being gangster is. Well, I think being gangster is just being a man without compromise. And gangster should be productive and not self-destructive, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm gangster, meaning like I have a fearlessness in terms of protecting my family, protecting myself, protecting my woman, protecting my community, protecting my culture, and protecting the success of my people and the new mindset that we have to cultivate for our people. That's being gangster. Like if you have the courage. Like I used to have the courage to pull out a pistol and shoot somebody who looks like me. I have to have the same courage to shoot a police officer if that police officer is trying to take my life, right? So I have to. So there's no picking and choosing. So we have to go from gangster being self-destructive to self-constructive and productive. And if murder comes to play, then I'm murdering somebody who's going to infringe on my community in terms of a police officer who wants to use their badge as an excuse to carry out murder, right? In the execution, look at Sonia Massey, where the cop was just like, I'm gonna shoot you in your fucking face, and he literally shot this black woman in the head. So I don't think he...
Is that the hot water incident?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Right, so the same way a rapper would have an op and spin the block, meaning drive around till he finds this person and shoot him. Well, we should have spent the block on that police officer. He should have been shot in the head. He shouldn't have made it to prison, right? And that police officer had a terrible record, and he was hired from agency to agency, right? Like multiple police departments let him go, so he had a track record of just inappropriate behavior. So it was only a matter of time before something like that happened. And because we don't have no power structure, or we don't have a influence on the hiring process of police officers, especially police officers who police in our community, then those things like that are going to continue to happen. And what James E. Davis was advocating for, this is a brother out of Brooklyn who was murdered. He was a police officer. He was advocating for police officers to police in the communities that they my man bodies, man gonna pack him up. Yeah, man.
Right? He's set him free.
Yeah, set him free, right? So James E. Davis, what James E. Davis was doing was he was trying to advocate for police officers to have to police in the communities that they live in, right? Because if your son goes to school, my son, and you're a police officer, you'd be hard pressed to kill me as your neighbor because your son goes to school with my son. There's a high level of successful retaliation, right? So I think gangster should be having a fearlessness as a man, especially as a black man, to protect your family, protect yourself by any means, and to protect your community from terrorist attacks, right? And the thing about it is, and that's a great question. I don't want to be long-winded, but it's important to understand that white supremacy is designed to protect against white genetic annihilation, right? So they organize themselves to protect their genetic survival. So when you look at, like back in the day, they used to lynch black men and they would castrate them, like hang you from a tree, cut your penis off, right? So they would end your life or make it impossible for you to reproduce through castration, right? So you look at today, police brutality is a form of modern lynching. They use digital lynching, right, in terms of movies and media, and they portray black men in a way that kills the image of the black man through emasculation. So that's a form of digital lynching. And then there's nutritional castration, when we gotta be careful because the Don Julio, the Henny, the marijuana, the weed, the cigarettes, there's chemicals in those things that you use as recreation that makes you fertile. Like that makes you not fertile, what's that word?
Sterile.
Makes you sterile, right?
That's a fact. I'm definitely sterile.
So what that is that's the nutritional castration. So we have to be careful because we don't understand that white people, they are afraid of our ability to erase them genetically. So if you have a baby with a white woman, he's not gonna come out looking like Elvis, right? So this is why they fear us, right? So it's important for us to understand that and understand that there's a system designed to protect their power, right? And to protect their survival. So we're never gonna see white people try to change that power structure because that means they die. So that means if we are in power or we have the same power that they have, they believe that they're gonna be erased. So they're never gonna give us,
that's exactly
right? Change is not gonna come. Yeah, our change here is not gonna come from persuasion. It's gonna come from power. It's gonna come from bloodshed. It's gonna come from war. It's gonna come from us taking shit the fuck back.
So let me ask you something. There's too many of our people, and I'm just talking about the people's in power, because they don't let the outcasts in power to be able to talk. They turn them into a circus act. But the people that's in power that allow to speak, do you think that they're not doing enough, or they quickly submit to the power structure? Yeah. Like, I believe that nobody, when we get out of line, when shit happens, you got Kanye West, we are consumed with bullshit like that. And it's like...
Well, not to cut you off, right? So this is what we talk about power structure. We gotta understand that you have the federal government, right? Which is, they have executive power, which is the president, right? You have Congress, which is legislative, which they make laws. Then you have state government, and the governor resides over each state, right? Then you have, so they have branches that pass laws specifically for that state. Then you have local government for cities and counties, right? So they have all these micro governments, right? So these are institutions, these are coalitions, these are people, right? So when we talk about power structure, we don't have nothing that is equal to that, right? And then now they have systems, but also security to protect those systems. And those securities are the FBI, the CIA, the Army, and the police. So when you look at their power structure, right? So they have government. Government is designed to protect white supremacy, white power. Then they have government agencies like the FBI, the CIA, the Army, the police to protect their power structure. And that power structure has the sole purpose to make sure that black people do not make white people extinct genetically, okay? So there's never gonna be any type of a peace until we understand that we have to acquire power, but we have to acquire a power structure equal to the white power structure. And then the destination for our power structure cannot be here in America. It has to be in Africa. It has to be in the Caribbean. So instead of, so when we say federal government, right? So our federal government, that power structure would be in Africa, right? And then when we talk about the state government or governors, that'd be the Caribbeans, right? That'd be Haiti, that'd be y'all. And we have power structures there, and then we have politicians that work under Africa. So Africa would be our United States of America, right? And then we have to have a security front. We have to have our own FBI. We have to have our own CIA. We have to have our own army. We have to have our own police. So the police are the ground level thugs who enforce the agenda. The CIA is a central intelligence agency, so they're designed to collect data and information. The army is for training in war, right? So the training, so there's a lot of training in the army, and you know, you understand? And then the FBI is
I understand everything you
right.
said.
So what I mean is, we have to have an equal power structure to combat the current
See,
power.
that's the problem.
No, look, let me go. We have to have an equal power structure to combat the current power structure ran by white people. So, because we're not taught political science, we don't understand where our focus should be. It's not to advocate.
Right. Focus.
It is not to advocate for the wolf to release the hen. We're the only group of oppressed people living in the land of our Holocaust, expecting the people who put us in the Holocaust to take us out of the Holocaust. You cannot appeal to white people's empathy because they have none for us. We cannot appeal to white people's guilt because they don't have any guilt. It's not in their nature to feel guilty or have empathy, because if they do, that means they would put their extinction above their survival. So their focus is to survive. So this
we don't get that.
Listen, this whole system is created for them to survive.
We don't get that.
So the reason why you can't get on your soapbox and protest and say, yo, give us justice, give us peace, Black Lives Matter. You can't do none of that shit matters, because if I strangled you right now, right? If I got out this chair and started choking you, you couldn't breathe. You ain't trying to hit nothing but get the fuck up off me.
Right.
I want to live.
Right.
Right? So white people, that's their mindset. They have to survive by any means the fuck necessary. And if we are collateral damage, then so fucking be it. Kill the niggas. Right?
We're gonna do it anyway.
So moving forward, we have to educate the generations to come about political science, about their political power structure, and about where to go to build our power structure and our political systems for black survival.
So let me ask you something, man. Is the black survival and all the things that you're talking about, because I hear you, and I don't know every politically correct term about it.
It's okay.
But I hear you talking about black people taking ownership and doing what they need to do. Do you think it's kind of been jaded, like black people? I see like shit happening in the world, and my people are our people. Just happy to be here. Like this. Woo! I don't think they're like even concerned about what's happening.
Well, because ignorance is bliss. And white people have...
We're that bad?
Yeah. So, meaning white people have strategically made it better to look the other way. They have incentivized looking the other way. So it's not like slavery, because you have revolts, right? So if every day the white man was like, all niggas gonna die, eventually you're gonna give birth to new Harriet Tubmans. Eventually you're gonna give birth to new Nat Turners, right? You're gonna have a whole new slave revolt on your hands. And because they're not the majority, they're the actual minority. It's more of us than them. So if the oppression was so black and white, then we would be in power because we would fight back. So with white people, they have refined slavery. They have refined white supremacy. So now we're gonna give Jay-Z, we're gonna give Kevin Hart, we're gonna give Michael Jordan, we're gonna give LeBron James, right? To desensitize us from fighting, right? And another part of it is, why would I sacrifice my life to build a farm that I'm never going to be able to eat any plantation from that farm? And if I build this farm for my people, when I'm dead and gone, my people are not going to respect that farm. They're going to let the crops die, then eventually sell the land to the white man anyway. So fuck you, I might as well just, even if I know what I'm supposed to do, it's no incentive for me to do it. So we have to, so listen, it makes sense when we play it back, right? But what we have to
now, I just want to ask you a question.
I got you, God. But what we have to do is we have to incentivize things for the new coming black leadership. And it has to be a balance between delayed gratification and instant gratification, so the smart guy doesn't feel like, if I'm saying what needs to be said, my life's work is not going to be a waste. I met Khalid Muhammad's son. It's one of my greatest inspirations, right? Farrah Gray. Met him in Vegas. You know, he told me about his dad? He said, my dad died broke. You're talking about one of the greatest revolutionary leaders we ever had. Died broke. And if you ask black people who Khalid Muhammad is, they're like, who DJ Khaled? They don't even fucking know, right? So the disrespect, it doesn't give future leadership an incentive to build this power structure for our people. So we have to find a way, the same way white men found a way to pay the house niggas, we have to find a way to pay the brothers in the field who are willing to fight to be free. Because we have the money, we have the resources. So there has to be a new approach for our leadership in terms of incentives, right? And you also got to think about escapism. So this is why our people are so docile, because they're misinformed. You don't know about political science. You don't know why tariffs are happening. You don't know that Belgium, Germany, and China and Russia, right? They're at war for Africa. They're trying to take Africa, the place for Africa, right? So we sit here and we don't even know what the fuck is going on. We don't have the education. We don't have the information. We don't have the power structure. So we just like, man, fuck it. Let me turn on this PS5, roll this blunt. Let me hit this bitch, get some pussy, go to sleep, wake up and do it again, right? So if we don't build institutions or have conversations like this to start waking people up and saying, look, man, you got to get on the ball, because their goal is to kill us. And they're doing it slowly, strategically, right? And while we have an opportunity to come into power, we have to have the courage to come into power. And that's being gangster.
Courage.
And that's being
gangster.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, man. I think that even the things that's done us as a people, and and you're in the entertainment field, so I gotta put this up.
Yeah.
You're in the entertainment field, so you can be attacked one day.
Say it again?
You can be attacked one day.
Never.
Well, you're not.
Because I don't build my house in another man's backyard. I have immunity. See, if there's no enemy on the inside, no enemy on the outside can ever do you any harm. So I don't make my money. I don't support homosexuality. I don't support fraternities. I don't support the Boule. I don't support Freemasons. I don't support the Illuminati. I don't support Scientology. I don't support these fake ass so-called Jews. Okay? So I don't get my money from man. I get my money from God. Right? So when you get your money with God, can't no man take it from you. See? And the provision I get from God is protected by God. So any attack that won't never happen, and if it did happen, which it won't be successful, because I got the protection of God. Right? And I understand prayer. So prayer is not something that you speak. Prayer is something that you act on. So prayer is the actions that you take moving towards a goal that pleases God. The answer to that prayer is the results you receive based upon the actions that you take. You see? And God can only answer your prayer. God can only answer your prayer if your intentions are pure, if your intentions are right. So you will always have success. That's what God said, ask and it shall be given. But you're not asking with your mouth, you're asking with your feet. You got to take action. Faith without work is dead. So we've been conditioned to go to the white man because what? He figured it out. We're going to give you a white Jesus. If you're Muslim, you think of Muhammad being Arab. So your way to God is through the Arabs, through the white man, right? Everything but through you. So the white man went to God and then made us think that he was God. So we went to the white man instead of going to God, so we can never get what God has for us because we're going to the wrong bank looking for a loan that we're never going to get.
And I just want to say, like, even in my generation, it's hard not to look, not me, but, people that treat, you said the white man is God. I mean, even if they don't do it, like, outwardly, they kind of do it. They'll afford that. My mother, just to be an example, man, I remember when I first got beat up by the police. She wasn't worried about what happened to me. She was worried about getting them people out of there, like, baby, let's just get this over with. Just cop to anything. I'm like, nigga, they came up there for a shooting in the hood. I'm just sitting there. I'm waiting for a cab. I started to get my ass whooped.
But listen, but see,
nobody fought for me.
But you can't fight. So again, right? But let me finish that point, because I don't want to jump, right? So you gotta have knowledge yourself. So when you have knowledge yourself and you know who you are, well, who am I? I'm the original man. I'm the first man that God created. I'm the scientist of life. I'm the father of civilization. I invented psychology, mathematics, martial arts. I'm the true master builder, right? We even developed aerodynamics. We were the first people to do open heart surgery. We were the first people to do brain surgery. This is the Egyptians, right? Putting the shit in the nose and pulling the brain out the nose, right? We a different group of people. So when you understand who you are and the potential you have because of who you are, now you can work free of thought that empowers you not having access to your full potential. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. We have the power. When we say like God, right? I am God. What does that mean? Our brains produce neuro-melanin. So that is the tangible footprint that God left inside of us to prove that we are created in His image. And through the neuro-melanin in our brains, we have the power to produce and manifest anything that we want. That's why the white man created indoctrinations and, articulated religion in a way that made us look at him as a deity, as a god, when he is not, and he's our inferior and we're his superior, okay? So when we understand who we are and how to use who we are and apply it to our life, then we're gonna have success, and that success is protected by God. So I got a name, So I don't have an expectation for the white man to give me anything, because not only does he have the inability to give me, it's not in his nature to give me anything. Okay? So when I understand that,
and not give me anything, but
so now when I understand that, I'm going directly to God, and then now I have to have goals and deadlines. The white man is bold because he has the true science. The black man is lackadaisical because he has half the knowledge or half the science. So the white man says Monday, right? The black man says someday. The white man says Monday. The black man says someday, right? The white man has an actual goal and a deadline to reach it, and the black man just has wishful thinking. So we have to have that same decisiveness, that same determination, that same defiance to set a goal, stick to it, and then manifest it through our relationship with God and our relationship with self. So what I said was, if there's no enemy on the inside, no enemy on the outside can ever do me any harm. And the enemy on the inside is a subconscious thought that I think repetitively that the white man is God, or the white man is superior, or the white man has the power to end my life. So I don't have no enemies in my subconscious mind, so I'm able to live a life of full potential. So then we have to teach that to our people, okay? So that's it, so that's how I'm able to have success without being a part of this European power structure.
Power structure. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. You arrived to this thought process, you arrived at this free type of thinking. But a lot of us, as far as kids, man, and even me as a father, man, mm-hmm. and being out of control young and not being able to get a hold of my household. And you know what I mean? So
because you gotta get a hold of your relationship with God. Now a man is what? The protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer. Well, how is that man able to be a provider? He gets provision from God, right? If you go to your woman, because the white man conditioned you to go to the black woman because he is strategically, through corporate America, gave her more opportunities to remove you from your power. So you're subliminally, subconsciously conditioned to expect this woman to help you be your holder down when I don't need you for shit but to produce my babies. I can go to God, right? So if you don't go to God, you're never going to get your provision, so you never get your capabilities or abilities to be a protector and a provider. So you do a podcast, right? So your provision will be ad revenue. Right? Your provision from God will be ad revenue. Hey God, I need to be the head of my household. I need to take control. This, that, and the third. You're praying, right? So you're praying, but prayer ain't this. Prayer is this, right? So what is the actions you take? You're taking it now. You're doing these episodes. You're doing an episode with me. This is your work, right?
Shout out to the real.
Right? Shout out to the real. And the real is here. Right? So, right? So now you got your episode, right? So now, what is your provision? Your provision is going to be ad revenue. So God is going to empower your ability to sell ad space on your content, and through that, you're able to generate enough money to be the head of your household, to be the protector, the provider. Now you have to have an actual number that you're focusing on. What's that number that you're focusing on? Your living expenses times 4 times 12 times 100. Your living expenses times 4 times 12 times 100.
Hold up. Where did you get that number from?
Your living expenses times 4 times 12 times 100. Hold on. That's the financial goal that you set for yourself. Then you say, okay, well, I need to have ad revenue, right? So this one episode, let's say an episode is between an hour and a half or an hour, right? That gives you maybe 5 disruptive ads. So the beginning, you run an ad. That ad is going to be, let's say $50, just starting out, right? So I got a $50 ad at the beginning, a $50 ad in before the middle, a $50 ad in the middle, a $50 ad at the end. That's 4 ads for $50. That's $200 per episode. And the people that I'm reaching out to are smaller companies that have products that they want to sell to my audience. So it makes sense for them to advertise with you on this episode of me being on it because my audience wants to purchase their products. So those products might be a book because I read. That second product might be a supplement because I'm in shape. You see, I'm muscular. That third product might be a clothing line because I get fly. I got that shit on.
Got that shit on.
Right? And the fourth product might be a cosmetic. So those are 4 different companies that I'm reaching out to sell ads on this episode. So that's $200 I made just off of that one episode. Okay? So this is, and God is going to bless you to identify those companies. That's the provision. God is going to empower your ability to find those companies. God is going to empower you to have the conversational skills, which you already have, to make it appealing or enticing for that company to pay that ad with you, right? God is going to make sure that you, over time, have more companies and raise the price on your ad, so now you're generating more ad revenue. That would be an example of your provision. Right? So God is going to empower what you do as long as what you do is separate from the white man. And it is. Right? So I think you're in a great position. And I think that for us, we're conditioned strategically not to know who we are, not to know how powerful we are.
So what does that mean though? Because, you know, we can feel like when we're in the neighborhood, we know how we are. But what does that really mean to know who you really are? Because I'm 46, man. Sometimes I forget.
Black man can live up to 969 years old, man. Right? So when you start putting a number to your life expectancy and you start living in the moment and living in the present, there's no pressure. 46 is nothing. You're a baby. Right? What's 46 minus 969? Right? It makes sense, right? So once we let go of the limiting European diet, once we let go of the negative thoughts, we're not going to be focused on how old we are. We're going to be grateful that we're in this moment. 20 years from now, you're going to wish you were the age you are right now.
That's
right. Come on. So you're still young. Think about it. So be grateful that you have this opportunity, right? Be grateful because you have an opportunity, right? To change the trajectory of your family, right? And this is what you're going to do, and you're strong enough to do it. You're strong enough, you're solid enough, right? You're educated enough to do it. So don't worry about the past. That's why I'm putting I'm putting out books and stuff like that, and I'm focusing on cognitive behavioral therapy and identifying our negative thought patterns and creating positive thought patterns so we can, be more productive.
Let me ask you something. So when you put these books out, are they going to be
out the trunk, hand in hand? Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it'll be enough to understand for some of our people in the community that might not, because you're talking about cognitive behavior.
Yeah.
And some of that people might think that they can't understand that thing.
That's bullshit. They can, and they do.
And is it broken down to a science to where the average man, average person comes?
No, because we're not the average man. We're the superior man. So I can't speak to your lower self. I gotta speak to your higher self. Nothing I said here you didn't understand. Why?
No, I understand all this.
You know why? Because you're a God. So it's nothing that I'm going to say that our people are not going to understand. Now, if you don't want to hear it, fuck you. That's on you. I'm building Noah's Ark. Drown or get on the boat, bitch. If not, hey, you can drown. I'm not here trying to make shit simple for you. Because we're not dealing with a simple enemy. We're dealing with a complex enemy. We're not dealing with a stupid, idiotic enemy. We're dealing with a very well calculated, prepared enemy. So, our preparation has to be advanced, and we are an advanced people. So I don't have to dumb a motherfucking thing down. I got an 8th grade education. I done spoke at Harvard. I done spoke at NYU. I done spoke at MIT. I got a TED Talks on the way, right? I got a GD in prison. Fuck you mean? I sold crack, man. You fuck each other. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not motherfucking kid. We gonna learn, right? So we have to understand, and this is what they talk about in the Wing Lynch letter. They said we have destroyed every avenue by which light can enter the mind of the slave. If we can only extinguish the slave's ability to see the light, then they'll be on the same level as the beasts in the fields. So what that means is our ability to see light has never been taken away from us. So once you hear information, that's why my message is moving, right? Because we understand. But I have the courage to speak about it, because I'm gangster. See? But I'm the real gangster now. I understand it, right? That other shit I was doing wasn't gangster. That was actually coward shit.
Coward shit.
Yeah.
Or shit that was manifested in the wrong way.
But I had to go through that to get to that point, right? Because now I have those points.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Because if you didn't go through that shit, do you think that you would have arrived right here to the man that you are today? Because those experiences shaped you are today. So who you are today is magnificent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're here to save, you're here to help, and you're here to contribute. And you wasn't that before. So
I can put that there. That's fine.
Shout out to the real.
Shout out to the real.
We're gonna take that.
Yo, you know what you need to do too? You need he needed an intro. He needs to have like a Michael Buffer kind of a suit on, right?
Yeah, well,
and have like a mic drop. Like, cause that intro gave me like a before two fighters get to a ring fight. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great idea.
That intro is fire. I mean, I think you have
that. I gotta go away and take care of some kids. When I come back, it's lit. So let me ask you something. Let's get into today, man. So when you talking to the common kid today, and you got the crash out shit that's going on, and you see what's going on the internet, and you see the rappers that I hate to say this, but when I see it,
I don't see it.
I don't know if they rappers.
No.
But they made a rap song.
Okay.
But they say rappers, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
And it's foul. The shit that's happening is foul.
Yeah.
So what do you say to those people? And what do you say about the kids that's looking up to them? Because how do they get posted somewhere?
You say nothing. So you have to starve. You have to starve the vibration with lack of attention, right? So it's like Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger is empowered off the fear.
You gotta
fear him. Right? So this is why I developed the negative speak fast, right? When you don't say nothing negative. So you starve this thing that's happening by not giving it attention, right? And replacing it with something positive. The younger kids, what they need preparation for the expectation. A lot of times we have all these expectations on young people, but we haven't empowered ourselves to nurture or give them a safe space to meet those expectations we have for them, right? So we have to stop expecting a younger generation to be anything other than a young generation. Now, us being a part of the older generation, we have to start building things that these young kids can benefit from. So we need our own rec centers owned by us, right? We need our own schools, our own hospitals, we need institutions. So this is gonna happen because the white man is putting out a program for these young kids to crash out and be self-destructive. It's just a part of their plan. You cannot go to hell with a truckload of ACs like we handing these bitches out. It's not gonna happen. You can't build your house in another man's backyard.
That's right.
Because the only house the white man is gonna allow you to build in his backyard is a doghouse or a tree house. So
shout out to the real.
So unless you ready to bark like Fido and be living in a tree house like some fucking weirdo, then I don't think you our focus should be there. I think
when you think about a star today, that somebody that blows up, and you talk about the barking from the doghouse, you talk about what the white man gonna allow, you really think it really happens on the scale that we think of? Because we see people pop up and we're like, wow, where the fuck he come from?
Right. So again, they organize themselves to protect their white genetic survival, their genetic inferiority, and their numerical inadequacy, because the white man is the actual minority, right? So the system of power is designed to maintain their power, and then they have things to enforce their power to make it impossible for us to live a constructive existence. And then they incentivize the traders in our people to push that agenda to protect their power structure. And that's just what it is.
All about that shit.
That's it.
And we feed into that shit too.
Some of us do. But I would say what I've been able to do, and what I've been able to continuously do is put out the pure information aspect of it, and then start building things off of that information, right? So I think we're in good hands. And
right now.
Yeah, for sure. Because man-made plot, but God's the best plan.
So just to get things, some clickbait. So what do you think about the Trump shit right now?
I don't do clickbait, man. Man, you know how to do it.
So you're gonna do it? You're gonna be.
No.
So Trump.
So what I will say is, in terms of anything political, is America is a place of business, a place of trade, right? America is not a home; it's a hotel, it's a place of business. So we have to think like selling drugs. Africa is the plug, and America is where we're gonna get the shit off at, right? So we have to start having dual citizenship. We have to start.
Hold up, what is dual citizenship?
We have to have dual citizenship.
What is it? Because I don't think I would do about dual citizenship all the time.
We have to have dual citizenship, and we have to start building our independent power bases in Africa, and then controlling the resources coming from Africa, and then using the resources that we have in Africa to trade in America and trade abroad, right? So that's where our focus has to be. And then the last point I want to make is we have to understand that presidents protect the interests
of the country.
And the current interest of the country is to protect the white supremacy power structure. So any face card, any politician is going to be a part of that game. We don't have an American president, we have a party president, and the current president is from the Republican Party, so his agenda, his loyalty is to protect the interests of the party, which is the Republican Party, and the interest of the Republican Party is white supremacy. Okay? So,
and you think that's the only agenda right now? It feels like it.
Yes.
I believe that, and I feel like some of our people would want that shit.
Because we don't understand political science, and it's strategically not taught in schools. When you think of being in third grade, you didn't know nothing about, you knew what a president was, you know how many presidents they had, but you didn't know, you didn't know about Congress, you didn't know about governors, you didn't know about, district leaders, you didn't.
That's a fact.
Right?
We didn't know nothing about that. And we didn't even know where that deep.
Right. So, again, Trump is doing what he's supposed to do, and he's doing a great job. So, I don't have an expectation for someone who is loyal to their people to do something conducive for my people. That's my job. And God has given me every tool, every resource, and all the opportunity to do so. So this is what I'm doing, and this is my life's work. Mm-hmm. And I look forward to what that looks like within the next 10 years, with my impact and my influence.
So let's talk about something. You get into movies, you get into a whole lot of things. I want to get to the things you got going on now because you're on a journey. You done went from, you know what I'm saying, you're doing a lot right now. You're a motivational speaker, you're a rapper, and you're from the streets. So that's a hard balance right there.
It's a great balance. There ain't no hard balance.
Well, let me know, brother. I want to know how you do it.
Well, again, you have to have, so I do the negative speak fast, right? You
don't feel like saying fuck, shit, fuck this, fuck that.
No. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm alive, right? So that breath is it, right? Mm-hmm. So I definitely live in gratitude, right? So that's one. Number two, I have routines. So in the morning when I get up in the morning, I'm saying to myself, I'm enough, 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 I am enough, I'm enough. It's 20. I'm enough, 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 I'm enough. It's 40. I'm enough, 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 I'm enough. It's 50, halfway there. I'm enough, I'm enough, I'm enough, I'm enough, I'm enough. This is part of my brushing my tooth routine. I'm enough, 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 80. I'm enough, 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 I'm enough. I'm enough, I'm enough, I'm enough. It's 90. I am enough, 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 I am enough. Everything that you add on to I am becomes added on to you. So now, as I'm saying to myself, I'm thinking to myself, I am enough, I am enough. I'm activating the neuro-melanin in my body. It's a superpower God has given me. And then now I start to feel, wait a minute, I am enough, right? So I have to have positive reinforcement. And then now that I'm beginning to really dive deep into cognitive behavioral therapy, I'm questioning my negative thought patterns. And then I'm studying neuroscience. And every thought that you think creates a chemical in your body. So if you think something negative, your body produces cortisol and adrenaline, right? If you think something positive, your body produces melatonin, which makes you relax, and serotonin and antioxidants, which makes it easier to breathe, and anti-aging chemicals. It also produces dopamines and endorphins, right? So you start to feel like a natural high by just thinking positive. It's amazing and phenomenal how God has designed our body, right? So I'm able to do that because I'm doing the mental work that is conducive to me being confident. And then when I get a negative thought, I question it. So if I wake up in the morning, like today, I woke up this morning and I felt nervous. Felt really, really nervous, right? And I'm like, where is this? Because I know this feeling is from a thought. So now I'm challenging these.
Break down what it is.
Yeah, so I'm challenging. I'm like, what's going on? I'm searching for what thought created this feeling. And I'm not going to move until I identify the exact negative thought
that caused
this feeling. Well, what I was thinking subconsciously was there was a frustration. You know, I want it now, I want it now, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to build this, I want to build these buildings, I want to build. So when I came up here and I'm looking at these warehouses, I'm like, yo, I want to own this shit, right? And I know it's going to take time, right? And the time it's going to take is my ability to think positive and hold that positive thought. That's the only time it's going to take, right? So I said, okay, this is why I'm feeling this way. And then I attack that negative thought with 100 positive thoughts and 100 positive affirmations, and then I begin to feel.
But you already recognize where it came from.
For sure.
But what about the person that doesn't even know where the fuck you getting this shit from?
That's
not
why,
self-aware.
That's why you have to challenge your negative thoughts. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So you have to identify your negative thought patterns. Your negative thoughts come from experiences from early childhood, right? Your negative thoughts come from subliminal messaging, things that you watch on TV. It might have been a commercial you watched 2 months ago and the black man was looking like a fucking goofy, he didn't matter, and then that seeps into your self-image of yourself, right? So you have to understand how your thoughts are being created, negative, and then challenge those thoughts and then create a new thought pattern of just positive thoughts.
Right.
And then you have to insulate yourself and isolate yourself. I am a god. I don't care if you call me narcissistic. That was a word created by white supremacist groups to keep black men from articulating their confidence in themselves. I don't care if you call it, I don't know, I didn't listen. So
I never listened to what somebody said about me.
So you have to make sure that you are adamant about being confident. You're adamant about questioning your feelings, because your feelings are created from your thoughts, right? And then those thoughts create chemicals that have a physical reaction. So you literally feel like you can't move. So when I get that feeling, where's this coming from? I'm questioning. I am enough. I am enough. I start fighting, right? Wait a minute, right? And then I make sure I pump myself up. I'm doing it now. I'm doing, God, you got me. I'm protected. I'm doing it now. And then I start to speak life.
For the people, is it that serious?
I start, yes.
You have to take it that serious.
I start to speak life into myself because the white man tries to cast spells on us. The white man tries to get us to bring demons and spirits into our life to destroy us. The white man tries to get us, because he's trying to protect his life, right? So we're being attacked. We're not uninterrupted. We're being attacked. So because we're being attacked from all different fronts, we're being attacked through media, we're being attacked through video games, we're being attacked by the police, we've been attacked by the food, we've been attacked by sometimes your own fucking woman, you're being attacked by your neighbor. You do all this shit attacking you as a black man, right?
All
so you're like, what the fuck's going on?
About it.
So you have to protect yourself, right?
And that's the important part.
Yeah, and that's what I do.
Shout out to the real. So listen, I'm gonna run off some questions for you.
Yeah.
Because and plus we gotta talk about a few more things that you already into.
By that time, man.
Yeah. Right. We just going over Shannon Sharp.
He was a great tight end.
I mean, he's been caught up in some type of struggle right now.
Well, I know he's a great tight end.
I mean, they
Broncos, Denver Broncos.
He got caught up with the snow bunny.
Denver Broncos, phenomenal tight end. Yeah.
So, I mean, do you got any advice for people getting caught up with the snow bunnies?
Don't.
Alright, so we got my entire He just kicked his wife out.
Next question.
Next question. Shout out to the real.
Shout out to
so, hold on. Who else we got in this?
I don't even indulge in gossip. No, that's not men.
Gossip.
So I think men.
Even your reaction.
I think men should be concerned with other men and what they got going on. I just feel like me per se, I don't even, no disrespect to anybody they got going on. I wish everybody the best, and I don't study what the next man is doing. I study what the white man is doing. You know what I mean? I study what the white man is doing and what and why he's doing it. And because I know that now, I'm only focused on building and development.
All right, so we talking about building and development.
Yeah.
And we talking about 2025.
2025.
So let's just talk about, let's talk about the movies. Yeah.
Yeah. This movie is so I'm still finalizing, just making sure I got all the copyrights for this shit. So I can't, it's a black action martial arts movie. I'm starring in it. I'm excited about it. And the premise of it is a brother is tired of the ghetto being gentrified, and he goes to war with the government to take back the power of his community. And he's successful, and he wins. The black man doesn't die in this movie. A lot of white people die in this movie, though. Yeah. Fortunately.
I mean, you got even the playing field.
Yeah.
What about the music?
I got a project I'm about to put out right now called the Queen Project. So I'm excited about that. And in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to start releasing my first videos. So I'm excited about it.
Videos?
Yeah. I got a little flow.
You going to sing something?
Of course.
Is
it big pussy boy?
Talk that shit. So shout out to the real.
Yeah.
Well, what you said, what I think I heard is you're on tour, you about to do something.
Yeah, so I got an I Am Enough tour. That's coming up. So I got the I Am Enough tour, then I got the No Labels tour. Then I have a book tour. So I'm about to put out a relationship book. So I'm doing
You said relationship?
Yeah.
That's dangerous territory.
No, it's great territory.
Relationship, man and woman?
Yeah, for sure. So I got a relationship book coming.
What you talking about?
The reason why black women are single. It's gonna be a great book.
I feel like it's gonna be a great book.
Great book.
It's gonna create a lot of interest.
I think
are you ready for it? Are you ready for it?
Bro, of course. That shit don't bother me, right? But so I got the book tour. I have the I'm Enough tour. That's changing our mindset, right? Then I have the No Labels tour, which is about what we talked about earlier, like teaching content creators how to monetize the content that they create. So a lot of people, they have content, but they don't really make money off it, and they don't even know how to make money off it. So I want to shed some light on that and have some direct-to-consumer strategy.
Give me something now, because I always need help.
I gave it to you earlier, pause. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I gotta go back.
Yeah. You don't gotta rewind a little, right?
Yeah.
So ad revenue, right? So you
No, I remember that. Yeah, do it again.
That's the soul. That's
I remember that.
That's how you gonna make it right. So it's just ad. Your focus.
I heard it too.
Yeah, your focus is gonna be ad revenue. You're gonna reach out to smaller companies, and then you're gonna profile every guest you have on the podcast, so you know what companies have products that guest audience would want to purchase, and that's the justification for that company to advertise with you to that person's audience, and you have a more controlled advertisement. So I can give you better analytics on 300 people than 3 million people. So if a company advertises with Google, which they do, Google generated in the last 5 years over $100 billion in ad revenue, but they don't have micro teams in place to help drive sales for each advertisement. So now you become not only an ad space seller, but you also give companies an option to sell their products directly to my audience or one of your guest audience. And that's when you're gonna make a lot of money if you figure out how to leverage that. So that would be something that we talk about in detail at the No Label Store seminar. Yeah.
And at the next interview, shout out to the real small guy. Sign off for me.
This is for the single parent mothers working 2 jobs, trying to fill the shoes of pops, working too hard. Don't think because I'm riding in this truck I don't know pain. Your present is my past. Little homie, we the same. My mama got high too. My daddy said bye too. The money for the fries at McDonald's, we skipped the drive-thru, stealing burgers from C-Town. I couldn't buy food. When you this type of poor, you can't pick and choose. Devil spring poured in a cup, in a different groove. Daddy gone, mama getting high, plus I'm skipping school. God protects babies and dummies, I used to be the fool. 13, heart full of hatred, I probably make the news. Fake friends smile in your face, but they was hating too. Close the door, hope that I drown, but I still made it through. I hit rock bottom, gotta show you what the ground like. Devil kicked my ass when I was young, now I'm old enough to fight these demons. Swinging like Ali, I mean it. $1 billion dreams, I'm scheming. Daddy met mommy, dropped semen, fuck them both, they should've clipped his penis. Broken home, loving both parents, I never seen it. Mommy in the back room getting high, shit. Shout out to the real, she beat me for no reason. I waited 10 plus years to get up in the Spider-Man. Still not the spot I want. I touched a couple coins, but it's not enough. Hunger pains was real, but it got us up. Got caught on the wrong block, so the op shot him up. Big bro did 20, came home, he on his 10th year. Might be free, but feels like he's still in there. You know the feds paying better than welfare. See eyes on salary, block hot touching, you burn calories. Your vibe ain't matching your smile. I know anatomy, hoes trying to pass the key, but can't scratch me. Old school with the money, I'm with a scratch beat, car going drive itself. I'm in the back seat, wartime. Yeah.
You already get the point. Shout out to the real. Hey. Shout out to the fake. Shout out to that nosy bitch. She better stay in her place. Get in line, pup. Smart guy.
That was fine.
Out of dysfunctional. They call me Smash Evans. I'll see y'all next time. Get in line.